What up, fam? Oh my god. I am so pissed. I am so pissed. Get ready for an Angry Joe style angry rant. Your boy is just I'm just so pissed. I need to just go. I need to just go. I need to just point the camera and talk, okay? I'm sorry, but my blood is boiling. My blood is boiling at maximum. I am so fired up right now and I just need to kind of get something off my chest. Let me explain. Let me back up. So I need to talk about this guy. I need to talk about this piece of shit guy I used to know. I need to just kind of rant about this guy. All right, I hate him. You guys are gonna hate him too as soon as I get finished with this little story, this little anecdote, this little rant. But let me back up. Let me back up. So this all starts when I'm watching this video and I forget what it was even in reference to, but like the guy's like playing a game. He's like, wow, this character's just as broken as frickin' Meta Knight was in Smash Brothers Brawl. So Meta Knight was OP. Meta Knight was broken in Smash Brothers Brawl. This is as usual. I'm the last to find out. I am the last to know. I'm last to find out about this. So I went on a freaking. He meant this guy mentioned that, and I go on this freaking deep dive, and I'll get to that. But holy shit, I didn't realize how deep the rabbit hole goes with Meta Knight being broken in Smash Brothers Brawl. Why does this matter to me? Okay, let me explain. Let me explain. Let me go back to my childhood, okay? This was like a red pill moment. This was like a deep dive red pill moment where my brain exploded and something just all the pieces clicked. Something just kind of made sense after all these years. But let's go back in time. All right, whenever the hell Smash Brothers came out for the Wii, Smash Brothers Brawl, this is like circa whatever 2007, 2006, whatever the hell time period this is, way, way, way back. Okay, let's go back in time. We're back in time. I used to hang out with this guy. I don't talk to him anymore. I don't talk to him anymore. He was an asshole for many reasons. But you're gonna get a really good idea. You're gonna get a really good sense of how much of an asshole this guy really was just from this one little story. Okay, but like the pieces have just fallen into place in my brain, and I'm like, oh shit, I always kind of dislike this guy. Now I really hate this guy. Like I'm tempted. I don't want to dox anyone. I'm not gonna use his name. I don't want to dox anyone. I'm just gonna call. This was his handle. Okay, his name was Wolf. All right, he just went by Wolf. He was an edgelord. Yeah, he's the type of guy who was like, just call me Wolf. That was his handle. That was his gamer tag. That was his name for the purposes of this video. Freaking Wolf. Okay, there's a lot I could say about Wolf, but like, this is all you need to know. So, I was friends with him way back in the day. Okay, we all went to high school together, that type of thing, and yeah, he had a Wii. I didn't see. Here's the thing. I didn't know that much about Smash Bros. I'm not like an expert. Okay, I had the N64 game. I had the GameCube game Melee. That's still my favorite. I think most people will agree that's still kind of like the best, considered the best Smash Brothers game. But anyway, the Wii was the new hotness, and Smash Brothers Brawl was the game for Wii. The Smash Brothers for Wii. So everyone was playing that. Like you go to a party, everyone's playing that. You go to a friend's house, everyone's playing that. So yeah, Wolf, he had the Wii, he had Smash Bros. Brawl, and he would invite us over. And yeah, it was interesting. He would always pick a certain character. He would always pick this guy, Meta Knight. And he would. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. He would completely destroy us. Like, it wasn't even close. And like, yeah, I mean, I'm not the best gamer. I'm not like, the best at video games. So I didn't like think too much of it. However, yeah, I mean, there was like that little itch at the back of my brain where it's like, hey, Wolf never gets like damaged that much, and he never loses. He never like dies. I can't remember him even dying once. To give you a point of reference, I played as Sonic just because Sonic was my favorite character. So like I'd play as him, but I couldn't land a blow. I couldn't land a hit on Wolf. Wolf would like completely destroy me before I even knew what freaking happened. But I mean, here's the thing, like, hindsight's 2020. Now everything makes sense. Now everything has like clicked. But at the time, I just chalked it up to, and we would ask him, we'd like, hey, can you just like, like what's up? Like, why do you don't just like win, you just like you're like unstoppable. And he kind of chalked it up to, he's just like, oh, you just need to get good, bro. You just need to play more. It's because I own the game and you don't. I practiced really hard and I mastered this character. I made it my own, blah blah blah, blah. I mean, Meta Knight, he's the best character, blah, blah. and it's like, and like we would even like he would beat us so bad, and he would win all the time. And it kind of got annoying and boring for us, and it was just like we would even like ask, we'd be like, hey, can you like choose somebody else? He'd be like, what why would I choose somebody else? Like I'm Meta Knight. Like Meta Knight is my main. I'm not gonna play somebody else. You play somebody else. And it was one of those situations where like I knew something was wrong, but I didn't have like the knowledge or ammunition in my brain to really contest it, to really like complain, because I was just like, again, he was so good at gaslighting. He was so good at gaslighting us to like be like, well, no, it's just because you suck. It's just because you're not good at the game. It's just because like I own the game and I played a lot. That's why I'm better. That's why I went, And at the time, I accepted that. I accepted that blindly because I'd been in situations like that before. I'd been in situations where I have to play whatever, some game that I don't know, I don't have. You're at a freaking party and everyone's playing, I don't know, whatever, like some shooter that you don't have, and you instantly die. You get shot in the head and you just instantly die. You don't even know who killed you or how. And I would accept that. I'd be like, okay, yeah, whatever. Like, I guess, like, I don't know. I don't play the game. I'm not good at shooters. Like, whatever. It was that type of thing where I'm like, okay, I mean, I do think it's odd that like he's so much better than us, and like we really can't even touch him, but like whatever, like he owns the game, he probably does practice it. So like say he successfully gaslit me. I'm just learning this now, that Meta Knight is without a doubt considered the best character, like not even like not even best, but like broken, like OP, like broken compared to like there's no contest. He's the best character in that game. And it's like really nefarious. Like all these pieces are lining up in my brain now. But yeah, like I remember, like I didn't. Again, I was afraid to contest it. But my one friend, I remember he kind of called him out, called Wolf out. He's like, "Hey man, Meta Knight's kind of cheap. Can you use somebody else?" But at the time, like he wouldn't stand for that. He like freaked out. He was just like he flipped out. He was just like, "Well, you're using Ganondorf, and he's pretty cheap too. Like everyone says everyone's cheap. Oh, Meta Knight's so good. Well, Ganondorf's really powerful. He's cheap too. He's broken. And became that back and forth like kitty like little argument. It's stupid. It's stupid. But no, like so I did this deep dive. I looked into it. I watched like a couple of videos on the subject, and like it's crazy. It's crazy how like really, like I can't even do it justice. Like I don't know the technical specs as far like I'm watching videos where they're talking about like frame animations and shit. And I'm like, Meta Knight has like 2 less frames than Falco, or it's like you gotta watch like the more technical videos. Like they'll break it down way better than I could. But suffice to say, like yeah, Meta Knight, like when they do tier lists, okay, this will give you an idea. Meta Knight is in his own tier list. He's in his own tier, like there's like S tier and then there's SS tier. And it's just Meta Knight. That's where he is. He's so good. It's not even close. Like he can't be stopped. And like I was reading about this, and it's so crazy. Like at tournaments, they had to outright ban the character. Like if that's not enough like evidence that Meta Knight's like too powerful, too OP, yeah, they had to ban him, because otherwise he would just win. Like players playing as Meta Knight would just win. And I read about how they didn't want to like outright ban him at first, so they tried this like soft ban, like this nerfing thing. Where, long story short, how do I explain this? So the one quote unquote weakness, and I use that word lightly, that's what people say, he has a weakness to projectiles, which is not true, because it's a weakness that everyone shares. Like that's like saying like, oh, I have a weakness to bullets, if you shoot me I'll die. It's like, yeah, everyone has that, you dumbass. But yeah, Meta Knight will get hurt by projectiles, and he himself, he has really good range with his sword, but he does not have any projectile moves. So it's possible to camp, to like shoot at him with projectile weapons from afar and like whittle him down that way, if the playing field, if the stage allows for it, if the stage isn't like, if the stage is flat, if the stage isn't uneven. But there are stages that are don't allow, that interfere with like linear laser blasts or whatever. So in tournaments they had to ban non-flat stages, and that was their way of like nerfing Meta Knight, so to speak. And it didn't work. He still won. He still topped in tournaments. So it's like they did have to ban Meta Knight. It's just like that's crazy. chat. I can't. Can you think of a time? I've heard of like them needing to like nerf characters, in certain ways before. Have you ever heard of them attempting to nerf a character and it doesn't work? So they tried to nerf Meta Knight and he was just too powerful. It just didn't work. That is crazy. It's crazy. Like no, like I'm looking up all this stuff, and it's like, he has this thing called priority. So what that and so so what this mean? The video breaks it down and shows Meta Knight. Interestingly enough, it was Meta Knight versus Sonic, just like me and Wolf back in the day. So Meta Knight is literally better and faster. So even if you and the other guy press like A to punch at the same time, Meta Knight gets priority. So his attack will always go first. He will not receive damage. Your opponent will take the damage. So like that would happen with me and Wolf. We'd be fighting, and again he has priority, so his attacks always land. My attacks never go off first. Like they always, I'm always too late. And it didn't make sense because I'm playing as Sonic, the fastest character in the game. But yeah, he was like, no, like, you just don't have the timing right. You just need to like work on your timing. And then, this is cathartic. I'm glad I'm learning this, but I'm also pissed off. But I'm glad I'm learning this because like it's cathartic for me. So it's like, oh no, like there was never a chance. It's not that I don't suck. It's not that I suck. There was never a chance. There was no way for me to win. Like the deck was literally stacked against me as much as it could be. Like there was no way for me to win, chat. Like he literally had priority. Again, projectiles are his only weakness, and I not knowing that, like I just chose a character that I like. I chose Sonic, who has no projectile attacks. Oh, and here's the kicker. So Wolf, again, this all seems so nefarious in hindsight. So Wolf would always he would request no items in our fight. So that way, even there was literally, he stacked the deck. There was literally no chance. If you chose a character that didn't have a projectile weapon, you were just screwed, because at least items would allow you to pick something up and throw it at Wolf, every once in a while. Yeah, he thought of everything. He's like a freaking Lex Luthor, like a villain. Like he thought of everything. I didn't stand a chance. I didn't stand a ghost of a chance. There are some characters that have firearms like Snake or Falco or Fox, but like again, like you have to like know that ahead of time, which I didn't. I didn't even own the freaking game. I didn't even own the fucking game. Like how petty, how cheap, how cowardly and cheap is it? So he intentionally chooses the most broken character in the game right off the bat. And he stacks the deck by saying like, oh, no items, because like, and we fell for it because like in general, yeah, people like to not have items because it introduces too many random elements, like when you want to just like play based on skill sometimes. But yeah, he stacked it by having no items. And he's doing this, remember, he's doing this to people that don't even own the fucking game, and he's gaslighting them and saying like, oh, well, it's just because you don't play enough, you don't have the game, so that's why you keep losing. He needed to cheat against people that don't even own the fucking game. Like, how sad is that? How sad? I know this is like an event that happened like whatever 10 years ago or more, but like I don't care. I'm pissed. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. I'm pissed off. I don't care. I haven't spoken to this guy in years. I don't care. I'm ready to pick up the phone right now and call him and be like, you know what? Fuck you. You know what? I know what you did. I know what you did. It was like 10 years ago. I don't care. I'm fucking pissed. You were a coward, sir. You were a piece of shit. Like, I can't believe you cheated in Smash Brothers Brawl. Fuck you. Oh my god. And it's so, like, again, you gotta watch these videos. It's crazy how OP Meta Knight is. Like, it's insane. His throw, it has, like, the most damage of any throw in the game. All of his special moves, like, he just, like, he flies. He can fly. He can just, like, do this stupid hop thing where he flies, like, 5 times in the air. And, like I forgot, tripping. Tripping was a thing in Brawl. I hated that. Everyone hated tripping. But and that was, I guess the idea was like, no matter how powerful you are, like even Ganondorf can trip, like anyone can trip, you know what I mean? There's like that random chance element that everyone's affected by. Everyone except Meta Knight, because Meta Knight just flies around. Meta Knight spends most of the game in the air anyway, so he's not affected by that at all. Meta Knight, you knock him off the stage, he can just fly. All of his moves have like perfect recovery. He just flies around, like he'll fly back onto the stage from beneath the stage. Like it's insane. So he's better in the air. He's better off the stage than on the stage. It's insane. He has like this dumb like magic cape move where he can just teleport around the stage. He has like this Oh man, like what would always get me, and like the video proved it. It's like you can fall into this trap if you're in the air and Meta Knight comes from below you and he does like the up A, where it's just like, like he'll just keep slashing you higher and higher and up, and then he can do that stupid tornado thing. Like you're done. You're done. There's nothing you can do. You're done. That stupid tornado is like impossible. And then like the other thing I saw, which confirmed something I suspected back in the day, there's his down B move, his down special move. There's like a frame of, or a couple frames of animation where he's just invincible. Like if he starts to do that move, like you just can't hurt him. You just can't touch. It's so stupid. It's so broken. No one else is like that. Why is Meta Knight like that? Like what? I don't know much. I don't know a ton about Kirby. Like I don't know like the Kirby lore. Like is Meta Knight like this unstoppable god king, like this unstoppable warrior god? Like why would they make Meta Knight so damn powerful in this game? Like I don't get it. And like his moves are so, like I just remember back in the day, I wouldn't even see what was hitting me. He'd be like with his sword. He has like the reach with his sword. He'd be like, he's really fucking fast. He has like crazy reach with his sword. He just be like, and I'm getting slashed, and like I can't do anything. I can't land a punch. Like I felt so bad. It was just like, oh, this is depressing. Like I hate this. Like I hate this game. Meta Knight makes me hate this game. And like I should have known. I should have suspected. I should have been like, because Wolf, you know, the dude's name is frickin' Wolf. The dude's name is fucking Wolf. Why wouldn't he play as Wolf? I know for a fact Wolf liked the Star Fox series, but no, I'd never heard him talk about Kirby. He's not like a Kirby fan. So I always thought it was weird that he chose to play as Meta Knight every time, because he knew, you know, now it makes sense, because he knew that it was the most broken character. Oh man, like I don't know. I might, like, if you were like a diehard Kirby fan and you explained to me like, no, like I know he's OP, but like I just really love Kirby so much, I want to play as Meta Knight. But even then, I'd be like, well, why don't you play as Kirby or King Dedede? You know, those are Kirby characters in the game. Why don't you just choose? You know, you don't need to play as like this broken piece of shit character that no one can stop. Like, it's just ridiculous. Oh man, again, like my eyes were so wide. Like you got to watch these videos where they take a deep dive into how OP Meta Knight truly is. Like he's unstoppable. It's crazy. But then it's like what do you do? Like what do you do? Do you have a tournament where like everyone plays as Meta Knight? Like that gets boring too. Like, you know, it's I just wish they could just unmake that character. Like seriously, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. I'm so pissed off with this guy. Like what a tool. What a coward. What a fucking douchebag. And I know people are gonna be like, well, if you were such a douchebag, why were you friends with him? I mean, yeah, I mean, fair. That's valid. That's fair. I mean, it was forever ago. We were in high school. Like, you know, we make mistakes. Hindsight's, what's the expression? Hindsight's 20/20. I mean, high school is like this unique thing where like you're all kind of, for better or for worse, clumped together, and you have to, like, you know, coexist with each other. You know what I mean? It's like friendships kind of form because of that, and it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I mean, I have all the same classes with this guy, and I have lunch with this guy, and I have gym class with this guy, and I have after school club with this guy, and I have homeroom with this guy. It's like we bet we should at least try and get along, right? You know what I mean? It's like one of those things. It's like, yeah, like, you know, more of a friendship out of necessity, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. And like it's difficult when like you all are friends with the same people. You're in the same friends circle, so it's like you're gonna have to hang out whether you want to or not, you know what I mean? That type of thing. Like, I don't know. He was definitely one of those. It's like I wouldn't just like hang out with Wolf, just him and me. It would be in like a party setting, like a group setting, you know what I mean? And even then he was like barely tolerable. But yeah, like we had a falling about, not about Brawl, like that. now I hate him even more. Like we had a falling out about something else. But like, yeah, I haven't spoken to him in years. But like, oh, this is just, oh, I just saw that the other day. Oh man, my blood is just boiling, and like I had to get this off my chest. To get, well, yeah, I mean now I'm just putting, as long as I'm getting this, you know, as long as I'm venting, I'm just venting, Chad. I'm sorry, I'm just venting because I'm so pissed off. But like, as long as I'm going into Wolf stories, like, okay, so here's a connection. So you remember my one video about fighting, and I talked about that one story, right? The one time where I actually want to fight, there was like the coward that like pulled his keys on me in a fist fight, and then I had to like drop a bookcase on him and like, you know, kind of beat him anticlimactically. That was Wolf. That was Wolf. So that'll put like kind of more of a grander picture to it. Yeah, no, that was Wolf. Again, I know he doesn't really sound like a friend. Yeah, I know it's hard to explain. And I know people were like trying to understand my story. They were like, wait, like they didn't understand. They were like, wait, he just like attacked you? Like, I don't get it. Like, what did you do to him? Like, no, no, I didn't do anything to him. Again, it's hard to explain. It's just one of those like, there's like, and this wasn't like all the time. This was just every once in a while he'd like behave this way. But it's like, he was just like, wouldn't it be funny if blank type, like, wouldn't it be funny if I tripped this guy, or wouldn't it be funny if I attacked this guy? I know it's ridiculous. I mean, again, hindsight's 2020, but at the time, yeah, we just did stupid shit like that. It was high school. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I didn't, but like, yeah, some people did. And it was just a thing. I can't explain it. I truly can't. Saying it out loud, I know how ridiculous it sounds, but like, no, there really was nothing to precipitate fights. Sometimes, like, sometimes people would just fight. People would just like start throwing hands just out of the blue, out of nowhere. Maybe out of boredom, maybe out of like, oh, hey, this will be funny, or whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, that happened. Another wolf story. I'm just getting them all out. I mean, I might as well. I got one more. I know the sign saying slow down. Slow down. I know my blood pressure. My blood pressure is over 10 miles per hour. My blood pressure is over the speed limit. But yeah, another wolf story. Okay, and this wasn't even. I mean, I don't think this was nefarious, but it definitely pissed me off. Maybe it was nefarious. I mean, at this point, this dude's just an asshole. You can probably tell at this point. But long story short, going even further back in time, back in the day, whenever the hell Halo 2 came out on the Xbox, okay, maybe this was like middle school era, way back, okay, in the past. But it's one of those things where like I did not own an Xbox, okay, I didn't own the OG Xbox. I know betrayal. I'm a heretic. I'm sorry. I jumped on with the Xbox 360. Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't interested in the OG Xbox. I thought the controller was ugly as fuck. I thought the machine was too fucking big. It was as big as a VCR. I jumped on with the 360, and I think a lot of people did. But anyway, Halo 2 though. Halo 2 on the Xbox, that was like the console seller. Okay, everyone. If you weren't there at the time, if you weren't like gaming or in the gaming scene at the time, you don't know. Like, it's impossible to like give you that idea of like what it was like back then. But like Halo 2, there was nothing else like it. It was everywhere. You could not escape. I didn't like to give you an idea, I never owned Halo 2. I never owned an Xbox, but I probably played 100 matches of Halo 2. It was everywhere. You couldn't escape because everyone had it. You go to a fucking party, everyone's playing Halo 2. I'd go to birthday parties and people are playing Halo 2. Like, everyone has this fucking game. I can't get away from it. And of course, like, I don't own the game. I suck at it. I'm always die first, instantly. Headshots galore. And that's real fun. So like, I'm dead and I get to throw my controller down and watch everyone else play and have a good time. No, I didn't like Halo 2 at the time. I was burnt out on it. I was somehow burnt out on a game that I didn't even own, but I played it so damn much at other people's houses. But anyway, so that's the setting the stage. But I have this other friend, and I go to his birthday party, and he's the one guy. Like, oh my god, I literally prayed. I clasped my hands, and I was like, oh, thank you, God. This is the one guy who didn't own an Xbox like me. Okay, so we go to his house, and like, I remember literally thinking, I'm like, oh, thank God. Like, we're gonna play something else. Like, we're not gonna play Halo 2 for once, because he doesn't even have an Xbox. He had a GameCube. Maybe we'll play some Mario Kart Double Dash, or like a different game. There's other games besides Halo 2, guys. Yeah. So, and things are going well at first, and we have a late arrival. We have a Wolf rolling up to this guy's birthday party, and he has like a big ass backpack. And believe it or not, yeah, no, I couldn't believe it. My jaw had dropped. He brought his fucking Xbox. He brought it over. He brought the controllers over. He brought Halo 2 over. Oh, before I know it, we're playing Halo 2 again. Oh, I wanted to like throw up. I was so pissed off. I was like, are you? This is like the one time we weren't gonna play Halo 2. He doesn't even have an. Oh my god, and that must have weighed a ton. I hope he like got scoliosis from that. Like seriously. Transporting the fucking like GameCube was supposed to be like portable, kind of, but like, and it was to an extent, but like the Xbox was again big as a VCR, heavy as shit. That thing must have weighed a ton. And like, he had a fucking travel case or whatever. He had a backpack where he brought his Xbox over. Like, that's looking back at that blows my mind that he like brought that console to another person's house. You know what I mean? And I think it was just to spite me. I think it was just to spite me because he knew I hated Halo 2. And again, yeah, we played several. Everyone else loved it because they were all decent. I was always bad at the games. I hated playing Halo 2. That's Wolf. That's Wolf in a nutshell. I fucking hate this guy. I haven't thought about him in so long, but it's like, yeah, no, it all came rushing back. And now that I know this whole freaking nefarious like rug pull, this whole freaking plan, like this whole, oh my god, this whole thing with Meta Knight, it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy how much he like planned that out and like was like, yeah, no, like I know I'm playing people that don't even play Smash Brothers Brawl, but like I just want to win, and so I'll just like do everything to, you know, I know in a way. Again, I feel I'm pissed, but I also feel good. Like it's a relief. I'm like, oh, I don't suck, or like this wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault that I could never kill Wolf or even deal damage to him. It was impossible. It was literally impossible. I had to know that I needed to pick Diddy Kong and shoot him with the pea shooter or something. You know, I didn't know that. Like I don't, and it's like, you know, when you don't own the game, the match just starts. Like you don't have time to even figure out moves. Like that's why I like Sonic. It's like he was really simple. He only had two moves. To, you know, he had the spin dash. He could jump. He could do like the homing attack. Like you know, because you don't have time. Your opponent's not going to give you time to learn the moves. It's like the game starts. Like okay, let's go. You know, that's it. That's it. Yeah, I mean. Oh man, that'll piss me off till the end of time. I can't believe it. I know I'm being petty and like about something that happened like so many years ago, but I'm my blood is set to boil. Oh boy, my blood pressure is rising and rising and rising. I gotta calm down, chat. I gotta calm down. But yeah, no, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like seriously, look up that shit about Meta Knight. Like how OP, how broken he was in Smash Brothers Brawl. The fact that they like tried and couldn't nerf him, the fact that he occupies his own tier in like tier lists of characters, it's just so ridiculous. He has no weaknesses. His only weakness is like the same weakness that every other character has to an extent. Oh my god, I don't know. And it's like, this is what I don't get about Wolf, and it's like, okay, fine. Like you want to win. Okay, fine. And you're gonna choose like the best character, the one that'll guarantee you a win. But like what? For the sake of variety, at least. Like you know, for me, like I always say, variety is the spice of life. You know. Like that's why I won't just play indie games, or I won't just play AAA games. I go back and forth. Like, you know, I won't just play Switch or PS5. I can go back and forth. You know, variety is the spice of life, dude. It's like don't limit yourself. Like again, like I just don't see how that didn't get boring for him. You know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna play Wolf again, or excuse me, I'm gonna play no, he never, ironically, he never played as Wolf. Maybe he thought that was like too on the nose, given his name, given his moniker. But it's like, yeah, I'm gonna play Meta Knight again, and of course I'll win because, you know, like no one can touch me. Like, isn't that boring? Like, don't you get tired of that shit, man? Like I certainly would. It's the same shit with like Halo 2. It's like, oh, you know, I'm the best at. It's the same thing. Like he would always win at Halo 2 because he, like, I don't think he was cheating in that, but like he owned the game and he played it so much, and he was just like, you know, the best. Like he knew what weapon to grab. He knew the map inside and out. He knew where like the plasma rifle was or whatever. Like he would always win. And it's like, yeah, I mean. And we'd always play Halo 2, and it's like, yeah, I mean, I know if we play Halo 2, you're gonna win, but like, isn't that boring though, dude? Like, don't you want a challenge? Don't you want to play maybe a different game for the sake of variety, or again, like a challenge? Like, there's a risk. Like, you're playing a different game where you're not an expert, and like you might lose. Like that's exciting, isn't it? Like, to me, that would be more exciting. It's like, oh, like it's not a foregone conclusion. Like maybe I'll lose. Like, you know, it's like, you know, a gamble. It's like scary. It's risky. You know. But it's like, it's scary in a fun way, you know what I mean? Like, and for me, it was the opposite with all these stupid games where I'm like, it's boring, not because I always win, but because I always, so it's still a foregone conclusion. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play Halo 2 and lose because I always, you know, or I'm gonna play Smash Brothers Brawl and lose because Meta Knight always kills me instantly and I can't do anything about it. Like it's, I didn't want to play anymore. It's boring, you know. It's just boring. It's not because, oh, and Wolf would pull that, like, where he's like, oh, you're just a sore loser. No, I mean I'm not a sore loser. It's just like it's just a foregone conclusion. It's like why would I? Why would I keep playing if there's no chance? Like why would I even agree to that? You know, it's just like anyway. I think you can tell why we're not friends anymore.